Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Kenichi Shibata, co-founder and CEO of Venture Republic. I'm pleased to be moderating this session on the way we live, work, and play, the blurring of lines. In this session, we invite three entrepreneurs who started services that address new life work style. First, I'd like to introduce the panelists one by one. Please, so let's start with Takashi. Please introduce yourself and also your service.
Okay. Hi, I'm Takashi Sabetto, CEO of Address Inc. Thanks for having me here today. Let me introduce my profile shortly. Slide. No? Okay. In 2000, I joined the IT company and business development.
Can you put the slide on?
Okay. At first, my introduce myself.
Okay. Yeah. Please.
So,
I think a slide will come soon.
Yeah. In 2000, I joined the IT company, and I worked on business development. In 2016, we established the Sharing Economy Association and became a Secretary General. I served the committee member of the government and advised about sharing economy. After that, we founded Address Incorporated and became CEO. Okay. So I'd like to introduce about Address. I hope you will be interested in our service. In Japan, decreasing birth rate and aging population are concerned. So we need to increase people who stay in countryside for long term. Therefore, we established Address to solve these problems. We provide multi-location sharing service from 40,000 yen per month. If you use Address, you can feel like a local resident anywhere. Also, property owners can gain stable income and interaction with Address users from all over the world. Here's the question. Do you know how many vacant houses are existing in Japan? Actually, there are more than 8 million. At this rate, these vacant houses will reach around 22 million by 2033. In order to solve this problem, we are making use of these vacant houses. Address users have various needs. The biggest demand is for remote work, but there are also people who used to find a second home, a weekend house, or well, finding a place to settle down in the future. Property is an important element of Address. We have private rooms that are good for teleworking. Plus, your family or partner can register for free. Also, we have many share house type properties, so you can quickly make friends with other members and people in the area. There is something we have to mention to explain Address, which is called the Yamori system. Yamori means person who save properties in Japanese. Not only managing houses, but also they are being a community manager to connect with users and local residents. There are more than 220 Address houses all over Japan, from Hokkaido in the north, Okinawa in the south. Lastly, I'd like to introduce the house in Kiyokawa village in Kanagawa Prefecture. Originally, this is used by an old lady by herself, but it was too big to manage for her. So the local government connected with Address. Now you can enjoy local stay as if you visit to your grandmother's house. This is all about Address. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Takashi. And next goes to Isa.
Hi, I'm Isa, co-founder and CEO of PerkUP. Today, I would like to introduce our co-create retreat experience service, Colocation.com. So first, if you use Colocation.com, so you can have this kind of corporate event at abandoned school, or this kind of cooking training event with a professional teacher at a camping site, or 2-day corporate training at the beautiful cottage, or corporate session with professional facilitator, and cycling fun light tour with local activity guide at around this kind of beautiful hotel. So we combine the content and accommodation all at once. So currently, so if you find the corporate events or corporate training sessions, there are lack of information especially for corporate use. And also the events content sites, there are various kinds of events nationwide, but it's a bit difficult to find the right one for the corporate use. So we just one package for a tailor-made one-stop corporate service at Colocation.com. So our target market is combined, like tourism or corporate trainings or accommodations. So it will be over 3 trillion JPY annually. It's a huge market. And also the corporate training market is stable, as you can see, even though this kind of difficult situation currently. And also training and training camps training camps is focused to be 5 times growth. It's really huge potential for us. So where to work? So currently you can work at office or start at office or even co-working spaces. So we offer 4th choice as a accommodation and contents at the co-workation. So this is our top page. So we currently have roughly 100 selections about the experiences, this kind of schools or this kind of events or this kind of facilitations. So here's a business model. So we liaise the corporate users with many kinds of experiences like accommodations and contents. So currently we are running campaign for especially startups. This kind of plan A, B, C. There are many kinds of experiences available. So here's a PerkUP. We founded in 2020 as a joint venture of Sabi Collective and Anywhere. So here is the startup members. I think some of you may know some faces. Yeah, this is PerkUP. Thank you.
Thank you, Isa. And we have Mai Sato is joining online. Mai, are you ready?
Hello. Good afternoon. I am thrilled and very happy to share with you all our business challenge. My name is Sato, Mai Sato, and I'm the CEO of ShareWing. I'm here today to tell you about our brand, Otera Stay, to make publicity to welcome more overseas guests and also make business partners. We are change maker of people's lifestyle habit and sense of value. Our brand mission and my personal passion is deliver the time and place to balance body, mind, and spirit from Japan to the world. First of all, what is Otera? Otera is Japanese name of traditional Buddhist temple. 77,000 temples are located all over Japan, mainly small family-run temples. 30% of whole temples, 20,000 temples will disappear in these 30 years because of many social problems, but main reason is financial reason. When I know about this fact 6 years ago, my first impression was what a waste. I have run the construction company over 10 years, and half of my work was not exist because of trend is over and the store are closed. I have started to dream to make the wellness place will sustain over 100 years to next generation. If we can use 10% of missing traditional temple and maintain, we can hand over 200,000 to the next generation. Being a good ancestor is such a good idea, and using heritage is also really good idea, I thought. So that idea made me crazy and drive to start this business 6 years ago. Who is our guest? Our guest is someone who have health problem by stress or unbalanced lifestyle. We will provide not only the temple space, but also ancient Buddhist culture and experience to change the value of lifestyle. Many people have mental illness and the number is increasing. We are watching global wellness economy growth, especially wellness tourist is our target. Wellness tourism is growing and recover very soon after pandemic, I believe. Quest for nature, sustainability, mental wellness, that is we all Otera stay have the advantage. Our 4 services, 9 hotels, 1 camp, 11 unique rental space for meeting, and 10 monks trainers right now. Our partner temple are located all over Japan and mainly local area. We have 3 futures. One is power of place, power of encounter, and power of experience. So what is the difference between castle and temples? The answer is dead or alive. Castle or old Japanese houses is heritage and finished their role. On the other hand, temple is still in active service. The monk lives there and local people and a member get together. Their life and the drama. It is living heritage. That is why we can feel the sustainability and real SDGs at the temple. Power of encounter. People can feel real local community and atmosphere at the temple. And power of experience. We can eat, run, feel culture, and have a retreat service over there. So, okay, next, please. So, face myself, and next, please. Share the memorial time at holy spaces. Less is more. Surrounded by cultural heritage. Zen and Zen culture. Had Buddhism training in the nature. Traditional ceremony. From 2020, Japan government have been active for utilizing the temple as tourism. We will make the most of the opportunity and wanted to develop more global partners. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. So let's start the conversation now. And the first question is obviously about the COVID. How is your business affected by COVID for the last 2 years? It could be positive, negative, a mix. And how do you take advantage of it, or how you overcome it? How about you, Takashi, to begin with?
Okay. We have both positive and negative effect. About negative effects, because of lockdown, many address users can't move to different places. However, we have more positive effect. Before COVID, our main targets are freelancers and business owners. But now we have more office workers because they can work remotely.
Okay, it seems like for your service address, seems like there are a lot of positive sides to it. But what about Mai? In your case, I guess your main target was inbounds, right? So in your
Yes.
case, how is it affected? It's all negative, or there are some positive aspects to it?
Of course, we have very negative aspect, but it forced us to rethink our business model and made us to start new online service. And also, we started to face the Japanese customer. So I think some of the part we try to be positive, I think.
So now mainly your customers are Japanese, almost
100%
100%
Japanese, yes.
Okay. Okay, and the next question is about the theme of the session is the way we live, work, and play, the blurring of lines. The main customer service, I guess, for all of you three, is probably not the typical type of people. I mean, what I mean by typical is like they separate the work, private life, and play. But I guess what kind of, I guess your customers are a little different from the typical type of workforce. What kind of people are your main customers? And in terms of work, life, and play, are the lines of these three blurring in your eyes? How about you, Isa?
Yes. Our main customers are corporate users, and we are thinking that our users is kind of like a little bit ahead of the world, like thinking about how they can work more effectively in the corporate life. So their work life is not just for work. So it's include like a corporate event at the suburb areas or natures. So they would like to have a change working environment. So I think we can collaborate with some kind of a little bit ahead customers. Yes.
How about you, Takashi? In your case, I guess the main customers of your service is quite different from traditional salaryman type of people. But how can you describe your main customer?
Yeah, as we thought, our main target are freelancers and business owners. As I said, under COVID, office workers are increasing too. They don't like small room. They want to go nature. They want to meet someone. So also, we didn't expect that university students and housewives are also using address. It's because more universities start on online lesson. And at many houses, husbands started teleworking. So they take wives' place at home, I think.
That's interesting. So housewives are also using a service because they want to get away from their husbands, right? The husband's staying at home, so they don't want to be in the same house all the time. Yeah. That's interesting.
Someone divorced.
Yeah, because the Japanese houses are too small, right? So you don't have separate rooms for everyone in the family. So I guess someone has to go outside of their home, right? So what about in your case, what is your typical customer profile? Is their work and life and play, or the lines of these three are blurring for your customers?
Mainly our customers are travelers and from overseas, and also now from Japan. And the new customer is a corporate customer, and they use the meeting space or have a gathering meeting at the hotel. So, but still mainly traveler is our main customer.
Do they also do some remote work while they are traveling, or they are 100% leisure purpose?
We start call Otera work. That is open the public space to work and do some remote work to use the temple. So that's a new trend, and it start these days, and then some of people started to use that at this use.
So there's a mix of work and private life, leisure. Okay, in your case too.
I think so too.
Okay, and according to statistics, remote work population in Tokyo and other major cities in Japan is 60%, 60%. So I don't know exactly what this 60% means, but I guess anyone who has experiences in remote working, it's 60%. That's quite high. But if you look at other prefectures in countryside, the ratio is very low, less than 10% or even less than 5%. And in Tokyo, the commuting population last year was around 50 to 70% before COVID. So that means it's still a lot of people. The majority of people are leading the same lifestyle as before COVID. Do you guys think, since your service main customers are a little different from the typical type of, people, but do you think this trend will continue? So the majority of the population will be affected by this trend of the mixing up work and private life, or do you think still the majority of people, it takes time for them to adapt to this new trend of work and private life mixing? What do you think, Isa? How about you?
Yes, I think that the corporate will offer this kind of a hybrid work at like an office or home or wherever. Like Yahoo just announced the employees can work everywhere. And also in overseas, there are more than like half people would like to keep the hybrid work from the survey. So I think this movement will keep gradually increasing. However, the typical Japanese companies still want their employees to come to the office. So we are now thinking to approach the company to change their corporate cultures with some having like a special events, kind of things.
But probably takes, maybe if it's about the culture, it maybe
I think it takes time,
right.
but I think it's gradually increasing. I hope.
What about you, Takashi? In your case, you just said used to be freelancer, right? Your main customers, but now before during the pandemic, you saw new ones coming in, students and housewives, right? But after the pandemic, I guess those people returned to their normal life, or do you still see those newcomers in the market still continue to use your service after the pandemic?
For now, new work style is mainly spreading to IT workers. However, more and more digital transformation is happening in all industries. So I believe that people in the people in other industries will also change it to multi-location lifestyle and remote work environment. Actually, address users include doctor, school teacher, cook, online tourism guide, and monk.
Okay, interesting. And next question goes to Mai. Are you ready? And
Yes.
in your case, I mean, it's before COVID, and I guess you're targeting foreigners, right? And
Yes.
how do you go about marketing? How do you go about acquiring those customers? I guess many of the foreigners do not know whether they can stay at temples, right? They probably think about staying at the hotels, right? That's the common sense. But in your case, how do you go about acquiring your customers when they are not even thinking about staying at temples?
Yes, but fortunately, when we start the first hotels, we actually have many customers without big promotion or commercial. But we really try to take amazing photo and try to explain in detail what we can do. So I think movie or photo makes really works, I guess.
So it's more like a SNS and word of mouth type of communication with clients, with customers.
We actually didn't really try it before. Now we started to do, but
Okay.
from the beginning, we luckily have many customers. I think because of Takayama is
Okay.
a good place to welcome foreigners, and also some of foreigners are already really need, require or research such kind of very unique place to stay, I think. So they find us from the OTA or outstanding pictures.
So you found a good place to start with. Takayama is famous and very popular for foreigners, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
So location was really important. But now we have more local places, so we have to do more promotion and we have to try more, I think, to get our customers.
Okay, thank you. And let's turn to something different. Talk about the business model. In your case, address Takashi, your service is subscription basis, I guess. If I'm right, your charge is like about $400 per month, but you only allow annual subscription basis, not the monthly, right? So in order to sign up your service, customers need to commit something like 5,000 US dollars upfront, right? So it's not a small amount of money. How do you, or why do you come up with this subscription basis, and how do you think this is effective and how it's working around?
Well, I used Netflix and Spotify as references. Just like we can find movies or music that you didn't know because of the subscription model. We can create opportunities to offer new experience for users to find places and properties that you didn't know before. If you book a hotel room per night, you would only use properties that you knew already, right?
But yeah, that's interesting. How many? I mean, if you can say, how many subscribers, paid subscribers do you have right now?
Sorry, I can't tell you.
You cannot tell, but
Secret.
it's going up.
Yeah, of course. This for 1 year, 2.5 times.
2.5 times
Before,
for this for the last year. Okay, well that's great. Even though you have to, customers need to commit 5,000 US dollars upfront, you have 2.5 times customers signing up. That's a great achievement, I guess. So time is running up. So let me go to the last question for Isa. Co-workation. I think we had some discussion earlier about workation. Workation is still a new term. We know about workation in this community, but outside of this community, probably nobody knows about workation. And your idea is co-workation. It's an even newer idea, right? How do you think people will adapt to this new idea of work and vacation at the same time? As you said, this is some kind of a cultural barriers, right? How do you think this idea will prevail in the near future?
Yes, the term co-workation is a new term, but we think that the way of co-workation is the existing behavior of the corporate activities, like corporate trainings or corporate events, or even like vacations or retreat events. So we just said just a new word but our target market is existing market, I think. However, within this situation, the corporate wants to corporate wants to stay the existing lifestyle. So we would like to offer the new experience for corporate users, just not having a conference at the conference room, a conference at a different area, so that the corporate users would experience the new type of co-working, I think. So, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I guess time is running out. So let's thank the three panelists for joining this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.